My father chose the dinner table. That's the part I still can't shake. Not a private room, not a phone call. The dinner table. In front of everyone. While we were still eating. We were on the main course. Jollof rice, fried plantain, the good chicken my aunt only makes for occasions, when he pushed back from his chair and said it. Loud enough for the whole room. Tomorrow, Adais will be walking around in cap and gown, thinking she achieved something. He laughed first. Then my uncle. Then the cousins. My stepmother smiled into her plate. That particular smile. The one she saves for when it isn't about her. I was 26 years old sitting at that table. I had a fork in my hand. I put it down slowly. He kept going. 4 years. 4 years of what exactly? You know what that degree is worth? I know people, real people, men who built things. None of them have what she has. Paper. That's all. Expensive paper. My cousin, the young one, maybe 19, was trying not to laugh. I could see his shoulders shaking. I looked at my aunt. She was already looking at me, just for a second. Then she looked back down at her food. Head down. Keep eating. That was the part that broke something in me. Not my father. My aunt. That 1 second of eye contact, and then nothing. Like I wasn't sitting right there. I'm not saying this to be cruel. I'm saying it because somebody has to. Her mother, God rest her, would have told her the same. Get a skill. Learn something real. But no. He shook his head. Slow, deliberate. The kind of slow that tells the whole room he's the reasonable one here. Then he picked up his glass, took his time, set it back down, looked straight at me across that table full of people, and said it like it was nothing. A loser in a cap and gown. The table laughed again. I picked up my fork. I finished my food. I didn't push my chair back too hard, didn't let my voice crack. I just ate. Slowly. While my whole family laughed at a joke that had my name in it. After dinner, I helped clear the plates. That's the part nobody tells you about surviving a night like that. You still have to do the dishes. My stepmother caught my arm near the kitchen door. Quiet. Just the two of us. Don't take it personally, she said. You know how he is. I looked at her for a moment. I know exactly how he is. I went back to stacking plates. Upstairs, my room was waiting. Same pale yellow walls from when I was a teenager. Same window that sweats in the humidity. I'd moved back 8 months ago, just until graduation, just until I got out. That had been the plan. I sat on the edge of my bed. On the chair in the corner, the plastic bag from the dry cleaner. I'd picked it up 3 days ago, hadn't let myself open it. Maybe I was waiting for a moment that felt worthy of it. I don't know what I was waiting for anymore. I pulled the gown out slowly. Black fabric. It still had that chemical smell. Downstairs, my father's voice was still going, moving through the ceiling the way it always does. Big and certain, filling every room without trying. I could still hear them laughing. I hung the gown on the back of my door, set my alarm for 6:30, turned off the light. I lay there in the dark. My family's laughter drifted through the ceiling, same as always. My graduation gown hung on the back of the door, just hanging there, black fabric, gold tassel, not moving, not saying a word. He called me a loser in a cap and gown, in front of my whole family. Has your father ever said something that stayed with you like that? Tell me in the comments. I want to know I'm not the only one. Graduation morning. I'd been awake since 4. By the time I got up, I'd already had the whole day in my head 3 times, every version of it. And in not one of those versions, was I going alone? I pressed the gown the night before, alone in the kitchen. I kept smoothing the same panel over and over. I don't even know why I was being so careful. Nobody was going to be looking at me. The campus was loud by the time I got there. That kind of loud that hits you before you're ready for it. Music from someone's portable speaker. Families staking out seats with folded jackets and tote bags. A woman in a yellow dress was tying balloons to a folding chair. Yellow ones. I stood there and watched her for a second. Then I kept walking. My friend Cynthia found me near the registration table. She hugged me so hard I almost lost my grip on the folder. Her mom was behind her, phone already up, already recording. I smiled at both of them, told her I'd see her inside. She didn't ask where my family was sitting. I don't know if she didn't notice, or if she was being kind. Either way, I was glad she didn't ask. I found a seat near the back of the graduate section. I didn't look for the family seating area. I already knew what I'd find there. I watched them walk across one by one, each name landing to a different pocket of sound. Screaming, clapping. One girl's family stood up and chanted her name 3 times. 3 times. The dean had to wait. I kept my eyes forward. When they called my name, I walked. The dean shook my hand. Someone behind a camera smiled and said, "Look here." I looked. The flash went off. And then it was over. Just like that. I walked back down the other side of the stage while strangers clapped. People who hadn't known my name 30 seconds ago and wouldn't remember it 30 seconds from now. I sat back down and stared at the program in my lap. I didn't cry. I thought I might, but I didn't. I sat there holding my diploma. Strangers were already finding their people. I could hear it, the rush of it, the names being called across the crowd. In about 45 minutes, I was going to have to figure out where to eat lunch, by myself. And that's when I decided. He wasn't going to get away with this. While my father was deciding I wasn't worth letting in, I was building something he didn't know existed. He called my brother into every meeting and closed the door. Explained things to him at the dinner table, like I wasn't sitting right there. I used to lean in anyway, ask questions. He never once turned to include me. So eventually, I stopped asking. I registered the business in my second year of university. In the family email, an old one I still had access to, because I had nothing else to use at the time. I never thought about it again after I set up my own account. I just forgot to remove it. The brand was called Rewa. It means beauty in Yoruba. I built it for women who looked like me. Dark-skinned, African, tired of reaching for products that weren't made with us in mind. I started in my university room. 3 items: whipped shea butter, a face oil, a lip treatment, all made by hand, in small batches, photographed on my windowsill. I sold the first ones online, then more, a manufacturer, a following. And then, 4 years after I quietly registered the name, investors. So I stopped waiting. And I started building something he wouldn't be able to close a door on. I was 1 week out of graduation when the announcement went live. The investor posted on Instagram, a full graphic, my name, the brand, the number. $2 million in seed funding. I saw it go up. I watched the numbers move, and I thought, somebody is going to see this. Somebody always does. One of those shares reached my father's friend, a man named Mr. S., who has known our family for 20 years. He screenshotted it. He emailed it to my father, with 2 lines. He wrote, "Chukwemeka, is this not your daughter? Rewa, $2 million. Then he sent a second email, a link to the Instagram post itself. No extra words, just the link. That was it. 2 emails. From a man who wasn't even trying to cause trouble. He was just proud, the way people get proud when someone from a family they know does something the world notices. He had no idea what he was opening. I wasn't there when he read them. I'll never know what his face looked like. But I know he read them because of what happened next. My phone lit up, his name on the screen. Then again. Then again. I watched it ring. I didn't move. I was still in my university room when the calls started. Same small room, same desk, same window, just no more lectures. Just me, Ruwa, and a laptop that hadn't been closed properly in days. The first call came, and I watched his name on the screen until it stopped. I didn't pick up. Second call. Third. By the fifth, I had turned the phone face down. I already knew what had happened. The Instagram post, Mr. Ease's email, the announcement moving through every contact he had. I knew. I just wasn't ready. Not yet. 6, 7, 8. Emeka texted somewhere around the 8th call. My brother, the one who had sat at that dinner table and kept eating. He wrote, "Ada, please pick up. Dad is in serious trouble. The business collapsed. He took a loan to cover the losses, and now they want it back. He needs help." I read it. I didn't reply. 9, 10. I let all 10 go, every single one. Then the text came, from my father himself. It was long, longer than I expected. He wrote about the loan, the amount, the timeline. He wrote that the business had been struggling for over a year, and he hadn't told anyone. He wrote that he was sorry for missing my graduation. He said he didn't know how to say it on a call. He said he was asking me because there was no one else. I put the phone down on the desk. I didn't move for a while. Then I called him back. Once. My choice. My time. He picked up immediately. His voice was low, careful, the voice of a man who has rehearsed something and is now afraid it won't be enough. He started explaining again, the same things from the text, filling in the gaps. I waited until he finished. Then I said, "You told me I was a loser in a cap and gown. You didn't come. You gave Emeka everything, and you left me nothing to work with. Nothing." He didn't say anything. I said, "That loser in a cap and gown just built a $2 million brand. Alone. Without your name, without your blessing, without a single door you opened for me." He started to speak. I heard the beginning of a sentence, and then I didn't need the rest. I said, "I hope you find a way through this, Dad." And I hung up. The room was quiet. Outside the window, campus was doing what it always does. People moving, someone laughing far off, ordinary life carrying on. I sat there for a moment. Then I opened my laptop. 3 unread emails from a retailer ready to stock rewa in their stores. I opened the first one and started reading. I've asked myself 100 times, maybe I should have said more. Maybe I should have said less. Maybe I shouldn't have called back at all. But that's the thing about moments like that. You never really know if you got it right until it's already done. So tell me honestly, was my response to my father and my brother worth it? Or would you have handled it differently? Drop it in the comments. I genuinely want to know. Subscribe to She Stood Anyway for more stories like this. And if you have your own, share it in the comments. See you in the next one.